I seriously believe Tears of the Kingdom lives in these guys' head rent free. So basically, if you do not know what Tears of the Kingdom is, you've been living under a rock. It is the latest Zelda game that released. And basically, since the game was leaked, these people have hated the game. Okay, most people like Tears of the Kingdom. A majority of people like the game. Okay, but there is a small minority of people who, just hate Tears of the Kingdom for absolutely dumb reasons. I'm starting to notice a pattern. They're fans of From Software games, which really shows that yes, From Software games are very popular, but it really shows that the fan base, the From Software Souls fan base, is a very toxic community. Okay, they have been since day one hating on Tears of the Kingdom because it isn't Dark Souls. Okay, and of course, the Tears of the Kingdom is DLC people. Once again, these people have been whining also about Mario Galaxy 2 when it came out and calling that DLC for Mario Galaxy 1. Souls came out of nowhere. BTFO's 3D Zeldas. They spent 5 years making Silward Sword. Didn't Breath of the Wild win Game of the Year? Even by the Game Awards? Okay. Breath of the Wild blew everybody away. It is still, to this day, the best selling Zelda game. Okay, Zelda used to be it wasn't a top tier franchise compared to Mario or Pokemon. Okay, usually the system sellers like Mario, Pokemon. Okay, Zelda would be further down, would be, still be a top seller, obviously, but there would never be a Zelda game that passed 10 million, 20 million, let alone 30 million copies. Okay, forced him to completely change from it. Okay, the thing with Skyward Sword is that they released at the end of the Wii era. Okay, they released it really at the end of a console era. Okay, and the Wii was already dying, and the Wii U, the Zelda, they kept changing. It was supposed to be like a sequel to Twilight Princess, the first trailer, but then they changed it to something completely new because, of course, Nintendo always wants to try something new with the Zelda franchise. They have been doing this since the beginning. Okay, Wind Waker was a very big departure from Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask, and Twilight Princess was a departure from Wind Waker, and Skyward Sword was a departure from for the more serious Twilight Princess. Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom are kind of a new type of Zelda series. Okay, they're a departure from Skyward Sword. So every Zelda series, every Zelda game is different. Oh yeah, these people will probably call Majora's Mask DLC for Ocarina of Time. They probably would have found a way to call Majora's Mask. But again, nostalgia blinds these people, and they'll probably play that game endlessly. So yeah, it is pretty funny. Elden Ring could be rehabilitated by those who did the sequel. Elden Ring is still losing. Oh, no one gives a crap about Game of the Year. Do you know what game won Game of the Year 2020? The Last of Us Part 2, and no one liked that game. Also, Baldur's Gate 3 is a very well received game either way, and they're basically calling Baldur's Gate 3 one of the most well received games of last year. Swap. Yes. If you're a fan of Baldur's Gate 3 or the story or characters, well, I guess you gave us a swap. Oh, it means DLC has more new content than Tears of the Kingdom. How come we will recover from this one? Okay. It's just always the same thing over and over and over again. These people just, I remember back in the day, Zelda was an quote-unquote untouchable series. You couldn't criticize Zelda, or else you weren't considered a real gamer. Okay? You weren't allowed to criticize. Zelda wasn't like the series you could not criticize. Because everybody loved Zelda. This was a franchise that most people loved. But it seems that ever since Tears of the Kingdom and Breath of the Wild released, it just seems that because of the internet, because of how big the internet has gone, it seems that even untouchable franchises like Zelda, that no one would dare to criticize, that there was like a thread every week about how they hate Zelda. Even like Mario Wonder, they have stopped at the anti-Mario Wonders, the hate threads for Mario Wonder. They have kind of stopped with those hate threads towards that game, but with Tears of the Kingdom, it just seems that game seems to live in their heads rent-free. It's funny, Tears of the Kingdom is still very well received by the people who played it. And again, most people have kind of moved on from Tears of the Kingdom. Like, again, most people have completed the game and said, yeah, it's a good game. and moved on to the next game. That's basically how gaming works. Okay, like they're pissed off like no one plays it on Twitch like again. But the game was played very well when the game came out. And the only reason why Elden Ring had so many players is because they recently released a DLC for Elden Ring, which again took 2 years to make for some reason. But they did not delay Tears of the Kingdom because they were scared of Elden Ring. You know, that is the stupidest theory I've ever heard. But again, they are still gonna believe this to the end of the day as a really stupid theory. They really just delayed the game so the game didn't come out buggy and glitchy. You know, whereas again, I think it's what all developers should do, like actually make the games complete, not like Cyberpunk. But yeah, that's about this video here. Goodbye.